Hi everyone, I am M. Purnima Devi working as an assistant professor under AIML department in SNS College of Technology. Today I am going to discuss about AI tools. So generating exercise variations. So exercise variations can be used in a variety of ways. The most apparent way to use them is to use the generated exercise variations as exam questions. One other possible application area is to use the generated variation to display students how the skills they have acquired to solve an exercise can be applied to other similar problems to display more clearly a generalization of acquired skills. However, the usability of AI generated exercise variation is still quite limited, since by definition of the variation they are semantically similar to the exercise by they are generated from prompt for asking variations. There are many possible ways to ask for variations. The prompt can remain written in English even if the requested language is another. The amount of initial variation generated by ChatGPT seems to differ from the requested language and the exercise itself. It should be noted that the initial requirement for successful variation generation with this prompt seems to be that the exercise and should already have some theme for sales to mitigate this issue. Look into the chapter 3.2. Fill in prompt. You are a university teacher teaching. Below is exercise as create variations of the exercise descriptions below. These variations will be used in the exam on. Variations need to convey the same or most same meaning that but use a different context. Answer in. As example prompt, you are university teacher as a computer science. Below the exercise, create variations of the exercise description below. These variations will be used in the exam on introduction to programming course. The variations need to convey the same or almost the same meaning but use different context. Answer in English. Practical example of successful variation generation. The original example is from the function fundamentals of programming course. ChatGPT created many variations, but only one of the generated variations of the exercise was included here. Other variation ChatGPT generated for this exercise used as context views whether or cuisine. All of them were useful. Original exercise. The program asks the users for the book's genre, string, and number of pages. If the book's genre is a thriller and it's more than 200 pages long, the message will be printed saying that you are not in the mood to read it. Otherwise, the book is suitable for reading. Two example suggestions: give a genre. Encyclopedia, give the number of pages 300. Let's read it. Give a genre. Thriller, give the number of pages to the 250. I won't bother. So variation generated by GPT 3.51. Program prompts the user to enter the type of music string and duration in minutes. If the music genre is rock and it lasts more than 5 minutes, the message will be displayed, indicating that you are not in the mood to listen to it. Otherwise, the music is suitable for playing. Two sample runs. Enter the genre. Classical, enter the duration in minutes. 8. I am not in the mood to listen. Enter the genre. Rock. Enter the duration in minutes. 3. Let's play it. Variation generated by ChatGPT 3.52. So program prompts the user to enter the weather condition string and the temperature in degrees Celsius. If the weather is rainy and the temperature is below 10 degrees Celsius, message will be displayed indicating you are not in the mood to go outside. Otherwise suitable for outdoor activities. Two sample signs runs. So enter the weather conditions. Sunny, enter the temperature in Celsius 15. Let's go outside. So practical example of failed variation generation. So original exercise as a file source text contains sentences, one sentence per line. Write a function copy write which copies correctly written sentences from file source text to file target text. A line is considered correct if that start with an upper case letter and that ends with a dot. So variation generated by ChatGPT. So you are given a file called input text. It gives means it all the process are copies correctly and output will be exist. So additional thoughts. It is important to note that while we have mostly generated programming exercise, while your mileage may vary depending on the subject and topic of the exercise. So We believe that mathematical world problems can probably be generated with the same, at most the same initial prompt. However, one should keep in mind that ChatGPT makes often mistakes while calculating the even simple arithmetic. So, additionally, sometimes eventually generate results, which is an under a common sense. So, if in this imaginary example, ChatGPT would offer a variation of the classical math as to Apple's problem that uses airlines instead of apples, we might say that generating variations was not successful. The idea some behind this vary to try if students should be given new, more complex exercise that utilize their privileged knowledge. This unfortunately did not work by well, and we have excluded from its guide for providing. Thank you.